Hello, wonderful people, and welcome back to Boomerang. It feels surreal to be here again, sharing this space with you. If you're discovering this show for the first time, my name is Jerry Kirene. I am a mental health advocate, a researcher, and at heart, a deeply curious person. For as long as I can remember, I've been fascinated by the human experience, why we love the way we do, why we hurt the way we do, and how we can heal and grow. My journey has taken me from media to policy research to community advocacy, and through it all, I have been observing people, connecting the dots, and searching for answers. But here's the twist. The more I've studied others, the more I have had to confront my own story, my own vulnerabilities. And that's what Boomerang is all about, coming back to ourselves, to our hearts, and to the relationships that shape us. In 2023, I filmed the first 10 episodes of Boomerang. It was an experiment, a challenge to myself to step out of my comfort zone. Because if I'm honest, I'm a pretty private person. Vulnerability never came naturally to me. But I knew I couldn't discuss topics like attachment, emotional maturity, and healing without walking the path myself. Those first episodes were about me opening up, talking about my own fears, my own hopes, and my own baggage. And now, more than a year later, I am here returning with the same curiosity, but with even more resolve and depth. I'm back, not just as a host, but as a fellow traveler. We're still learning, still growing, and still exploring what it means to really connect with ourselves and each other. But before we dive into attachment and emotional maturity, I want to talk about mental health. Many people think mental health is just the absence of mental disorders. Like we only address it when someone is in crisis or unable to function in daily life. But that's not what the whole picture is about. Mental health is much broader than that. It's about the way we cope with stress, the quality of our relationships, our capacity for joy, and how we bounce back from life's ups and downs. We all experience emotional challenges. Maybe it's feeling anxious at the night, or not being able to sleep, or struggling with low self-esteem, or going through phases of depression. These struggles are part of being human. They don't always mean you have a disorder, but they are signs that your mental health needs care and attention. So one big reason I'm doing Boomerang is to create awareness. We need to own our challenges, to walk with confidence and remember we're not alone. We need to stop suffering in silence and learn how to overcome shame. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this entire series, it's that you deserve support and you deserve to heal, no matter how big or small your challenges may seem. In this new season of Boomerang, we are diving deep into attachment styles, emotional maturity, relationships, childhood trauma, and even parenting. Attachment is a huge piece of the puzzle. How you bonded with your caregivers as a child often shapes how you connect with others today. Maybe you find yourself anxiously clinging to relationships that you really don't need to, or pushing people away and wondering why you're doing that. Maybe you're secure, and you could also be someone who is somewhere in between. Understanding your attachment style can feel like suddenly having a map in a maze. It gives you direction on why you love the way you do. And then there's emotional maturity, the game changer. It's not just about controlling your emotions. It's about recognizing them, owning them, and using them to create healthier connections with others. If we want to break generational patterns, heal from childhood trauma, or become more intentional parents, we have to start with ourselves. It's not always easy work, I must admit, but it's absolutely worth it, and I'm speaking from experience. Because when we heal ourselves, we heal our relationships, our families, and ultimately, our communities. However, we can't talk about relationships without looking at how we interact in romantic contexts, often referred to as intersexual dynamics, or how we relate to people of the same gender, or intrasexual dynamics. For intersexual relationships, think about dating or marriage. Emotional maturity and healthy attachment can transform how we communicate, set boundaries, and support each other's growth. When both partners commit to self-awareness and vulnerability, It's like learning a dance together. We move in step. You understand each other's rhythm. As for intersexual dynamics, like friendships or even professional relationships among people of the same gender, can also be profoundly shaped by your own self-awareness. If you're wrestling with insecurities, they might manifest in rivalry or friction. But if you are attuned to your emotions and triggers, you can foster powerful, supportive bonds that will uplift everyone involved. At the end of the day, self-awareness is the thread that weaves through all these interactions. The more we understand ourselves, the better we navigate our relationships. So this season, Boomerang is going to feel deeper, more intentional, and more transformative. We're not just talking about relationships on the surface. We are going to unpack the heavy stuff: childhood trauma, the push and pull dynamics that tear couples apart, and the hard conversations around parenting. Why? Because it's time to break the silence. It's time to confront the things we've been taught to hide and be ashamed of. Through candid conversations, expert interviews, and practical tips, we will journey together to understand ourselves better and to foster healthier connections. And remember, it's not just about me on this journey, it's about us. Whether you're looking to understand your own childhood, strengthen your relationships, or simply feel a little less alone, you belong here. And I couldn't be more honored to share this space with you. My dear friends, Boomerang is back. With heart, intention, and with the belief that each and every one of us has the power to heal and grow. Mental health isn't just about avoiding a diagnosis. It's about caring for our emotional well-being every single day. It's about recognizing our own challenges, whether it's feeling anxious at night, doubting our worth, or carrying childhood wounds, and choosing not to suffer in silence. If you're ready to dive deep or to explore the wonders and complexities of the human heart and to reconnect with yourself and those around you, stay tuned. We are going to share stories, tools, and insights that can help you walk with more confidence and overcome shame. Because you're not alone in this. Thank you for being here, for showing up for yourself, and for sharing this journey with me. If this episode resonated, please share it, drop a comment, or simply take a moment to reflect. Let's keep this conversation going. Remember, together we heal, together we grow, and together we always find our way back, just like a boomerang. Bye.